Why people stay in toxic relationships. Have you ever looked at someone and wondered why they stay in a relationship that is clearly hurting them? You see the disrespect, you see the emotional pain, you see how drained they are, and still they cannot leave most. People think it is weakness, but the truth is much deeper than that. People do not stay in toxic relationships because they enjoy pain. They stay because their brain and emotions are trapped in a powerful psychological cycle. One of the biggest reasons is trauma bonding. Toxic relationships usually do not start as toxic. They start intense, passionate, full of attention, full of affection. In the beginning, everything feels magically. You feel chosen, you feel special, you feel deeply connected. Then slowly the pattern changes. There is criticism, there is emotional distance, there are arguments, there is cold behavior, and just when you start feeling hurt and confused, they switch back, they apologize, they become loving again, they promise to change. This cycle of pain followed by affection creates something extremely powerful in the brain. It works very similar to addiction. When someone hurts you and then suddenly gives you love, your brain releases dopamine. The good moments feel even more intense because they come after pain. You start craving those good moments. You start waiting for the loving version of them to return. And now you are not just attached, you are chemically bonded. Leaving does not just feel like heartbreak. It feels like withdrawal. Another reason people stay is fear of loneliness. For many people, being alone feels scarier than being unhappy. Loneliness can trigger deep fears. Fear of rejection, fear of not being chosen again, fear of starting over, fear of feeling unworthy. So they convince themselves that staying is easier. Humans are wired for connection. Even unhealthy connection can feel safer than no connection at all. Then there is childhood conditioning. This is something many people do not realize. We do not always choose what is healthy. We choose what feels familiar. If someone grew up in a home where love was inconsistent, where affection came with criticism, where they had to earn attention, where emotions were ignored, then chaos feels normal. Their nervous system becomes used to instabilities. Oh, when they meet someone emotionally unavailable or unpredictable, it does not automatically feel wrong. It feels familiar, and the brain often confuses familiarity with love. Another powerful reason people stay is hope. They do not stay for who the person is right now. They stay for who the person was in the beginning. They remember the sweet version, the deep conversations, the promises about the future, the intense connection. They believe that version still exists. They think, maybe if I try harder, maybe if I love better, maybe if I become more patient, it will go back to how it was. But sometimes the beginning was not reality. Sometimes it was only the hook. Hope can be beautiful, but in toxic relationships, hope can become a trap. Low self-worth is another silent reason toxic relationships slowly damage confidence. It does not happen in one big moment. It happens in small, repeated ways. Subtle insults, blame shifting, gaslighting, told you are too sensitive, being made to feel dramatic. Over time, you begin to question yourself. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe I expect too much. Maybe this is normal. When someone does not believe they deserve better, they accept less. And once your self-worth becomes fragile, leaving feels impossible, because deep inside you start believing that this is the best you can get. There is also something called emotional investment. The more time, energy, and memories you have invested, harder it becomes to walk away. People think about the years they gave, the sacrifices they made, the plans they built together. They do not want all of it to feel wasted, so they stay longer, hoping it will eventually justify the pain. Another hidden factor is the addiction to intensity. Some people confuse chaos with passion. The arguments, the dramatic apologies, the emotional highs and lows, it feels intense, it feels powerful. But healthy love is calm, healthy love is stable. Healthy love does not keep you anxious. Someone is used to emotional chaos. Calm love can feel boring, and toxic love can feel exciting. But excitement is not safety. Intensity is not intimacy. If you are listening to this and you are in a toxic relationship, I want you to understand something clearly. You are not weak. You are not stupid. You are not broken. Your brain learned patterns from your past. Your nervous system adapted to survive. Staying is often not about love. It is about fear, attachment, conditioning, and hope. But survival is not the same as love. Real love feels safe. It feels calm. It feels steady. It does not leave you constantly confused. It does not make you question your worth. It does not make you feel like you are always recovering. Understanding why you stay is the first step, because once you understand the psychology, you stop blaming yourself. And when you stop blaming yourself, you slowly start reclaiming your power, and you deserve a love that does not hurt you. If this resonated with you, you are not alone, and awareness is always the beginning of change.